What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Color Nation Media, bringing you another live Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle against a subscriber/follower on Twitter. And today we're having an RU match against Derp, and he's been on the channel quite a few times, at least 2 that I remember of, maybe actually be more than that. But he's always around when I'm asking for battles, and he's actually asked for a rematch quite a few times, and we haven't gotten around to it until now, but today's the day. Today is the day. So like I said, RU, and I really enjoy RU. You guys know that I love the lower tiers, so this should be a fun one. Now before we get started, if you can, don't forget to show some support to the channel and the series by clicking either the thumbs up or the thumbs down button right below this video. It does help out a lot, and I want to get your feedback. So whatever you think, whether you love Wi-Fi battles, whether you hate Wi-Fi battles, whatever specific to this video, anything like that, just put it in the comment section below, and that way I can get better for you guys in the future. Now today I'm bringing Jolteon, Torkoal, Milotic, Riolu, Scyther, and Reuniclus. So I've got some weird stuff. But it's going to be fun. My opponent, I'm seeing the Mega Banette being a thing, unless he's got the Mega Abomasnow, but I think Banette is more likely. The Abomasnow can handle its own a little bit more than Banette can without the Mega Evolution. We also have the Electros. We have the double electric types with the Lantern, and then the Ambipom and the Regenerator Tangrowth. So we see the 2 grass types, 2 electric types. Lots of things going on here. Now, I do notice that he does not have... Oh, no, he does. He does have an immunity to electricity. I almost forgot about that Lantern, but it has the Volt Absorb, so I can't just, like, Volt Switch all over the place, which is a little bit unfortunate. But I also am... Looking at this team, I don't see anything that's going to be able to get rid of Rock, so if I'm able to get them up early, that could be fantastic. I don't see a Defogger, and I don't see a Rapid Spinner either, unless I'm just going a little bit crazy, which is also very possible. So I think what I'm going to do here is actually I'm going to start off with the Torkoal, because Torkoal can handle a good portion of this team, other than maybe the Lantern, and depending on what that Abomasnow or Electros is running. If they're special, that could be a problem. But anyway, excuse me. We're going to lead off with the Torkoal. And I feel like I have something in my throat. I don't know, I have that weird feeling. I recorded like 8 videos yesterday, and my throat is hurting a little bit. But I want to keep pushing forward so that I make sure that I have videos for the next like week or so. So that is the thing. So I'm kind of bulk recording, and so yeah, if it sounds like I'm really tired, or there's like just something like lodged in my throat and making me sound weird, that is what it is. So he starts off with the Lantern, predicting me to start off with the Torkoal. Not a bad play at all. And is it worth it for me to stay in here and get hit with a Scald or Volt Switch or something just to get rocks up? I don't think it is. I do not think it is at all. Now I could predict an electric type move and go into Jolteon to get that Volt Absorb, but I don't think that's the best idea, because obviously a water type move seems more viable right now. That's what I'm thinking, at least. And Skull's gonna do so much because Torkoal has pretty pitiful special defense. Well, it's not pitiful, but it's not good. It doesn't have good special defense. So that is a thing. I probably could go out onto Reuniclus to take that okay. And I have the Magic Guard as well, so if he wants to get the burn, that is perfectly fine by me. Unfortunately, Milotic is gonna be my special wall. So, yeah, Lantern's coverage kind of just poops on that. I'm not going to be able to take electric type moves very well at all. And the most that I could do to this thing is just Toxic. And I don't know if that is what I want to do. So I think we're going to go out into the Reuniclus. I don't know if that's the best decision in the world. I don't know how well we're going to take hits from this thing. It's probably uninvested, I'm guessing. But I'm not positive. He does go for the T-Bolt, so I could have went into the Jolteon. And that does an okay amount of damage. We're going to be able to get either a Calm Mind or a Recover off here. And I kind of want to just go for a Calm Mind. No, I'm going to go for the Recover. I want to get back up to full health before I start setting up Calm Minds. He's going to go for the Signal Beam. That's going to hurt. That is going to hurt. Ouch. Thankfully, we don't get confused. And Recover is going to put us back up about to where we were before. So that is kind of, that is poop. That is poop. If I had the lefties, I'd be in a little bit of a better position right now because I'd be getting some of that passive recovery, but I'm actually running the life orb on this thing. I could go back into Torkoal, but what would be the point of that? I'm just switching around for no reason whatsoever. This, man, this Lantern really does a number to my team. It really does. I don't have anything to stop it because I don't have any ground-type Pokemon. I don't have any grass-type Pokemon either. And in fact, I have no ground moves or grass moves on my team. So not only do I not have the types, but I don't have the attacking type moves either. Part of me wants to just go for a Psyshock here to try to get some damage, but do I really want to just sacrifice my Reuniclus this early? What would I come in with? I guess we could go into Macy to reversal it, but he's got ghost types. This is not a favorable position for me to be in right now. We're going to go for the Psyshock for the damage, and oh, he's going to withdraw. I could have went for the Calm Mind. Oh, he's going to withdraw. Out comes Fisty. Fisty is the Ambipom, maybe predicting for me to go for another recover there. But we're going to break any potential Focus Sash. It's a little bit more common for Ambipom to run the Life Orb. So I'm going to go ahead and say that he's going to go for a Fake Out here. And am I running the lefties on the Torkoal? I am running the lefties and not the Rocky Helmet. If I had the Rocky Helmet going into Torkoal, that would be great. Absolutely great. But that is not the case. So I really don't have much of a choice here. Nothing else on my team really wants to take attacks from an Ambipom. Technician Fake Out with Stab, that is just a very powerful thing. I mean, Persian does it very well, but Ambipom does it a little bit better in higher tiers. Although I mean, this is RU, so Ambipom has actually fallen. I believe it was UU last generation. Anyway, he's going to go for the U-turn, predicting me to switch out. And we're going to see the Life Orb, so he does absolutely no damage to us and takes Life Orb Recoil, which is fantastic because it's really going to severely limit the amount of times that this thing can come in and abuse Fake Out priority, which is great. Absolutely great for us. We also don't have to worry about what item it has because we saw the Life Orb, so Focus Sash is still very much so possible. The Electros is going to come out, and that leads me to believe that it's a special attacker. That is what I'm thinking at this point. Because you would not bring a physical attacker in on a Torkoal. That's just not something that you do. It is just not something that you do. I can go into Jolteon here, but what can I really do to this Electros? Not a lot. Other than Shadow Ball. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that at all. So let's actually just get the rocks up. We're going to have to take some damage here. He actually is going to go for the Volt Switch, so he's a Volt turning all over the place to try to get some momentum. That does a lot of damage, though. We are going to be able to get rocks, so the Volt turning strategy is not going to be necessarily the best idea for him at this point. Because he's going to be taking that residual damage, that passive damage that Stealth Rocks provides for us. And like I said, I did not see any kind of Spinner of Defogger on his team, so we're pretty safe on setting these up, and if Torkoal does go down, we'll be fine. Alright, so there are the rocks. In comes the, does that say Feisty or Fisty? Totally misread. No, okay, it is Fisty. It is Fisty. Alright, we get our lefties recovery, so we're at about 50%. Actually, just under 50%. This Ambipom cannot take us out with a Fake Out. Don't really want anything else on my team to take that. So it doesn't matter what I go for. It really doesn't. He's going to take Life Orb Recoil too, and then he'll only be able to attack one more time before this Ambipom goes down. So that's great. That is just fantastic. The downside with Torkoal going down, though, if that's going to be the case here, is that Banette, that Shadow Sneak, is going to hurt everything on my team. And it's just going to poop on poor little Reuniclus. The priority is bad news for Jolteon, especially because it's frail, especially on the physical side. Obviously, our Milotic doesn't take physical attacks nearly as well, and we won't have any immunity to Will-O-Wisp other than the Reuniclus, which doesn't want to switch on a blah, 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 blah. I cannot talk. That does not want to switch in on a Shadow Sneak anyway, is what I was trying to say, but my brain and my mouth were not working at the same time there. So let's go for the Will-O-Wisp on the off chance he wants the U-turn. No, he's going to go for the double hit. And that's not going to do a lot. Oh, that does do a lot because of Technician. That brings us down to 12 HP. And I probably should have went for the Lava Plume, but I did not. I went for the Will-O-Wisp. So for some reason I thought he might try to U-turn out, but now that I think about it, that was a little bit of a silly play on my part. I just risked missing Will-O-Wisp, because with the rocks up, he would have to know that he would take more Life Orb recoil going for a U-turn, and then the rocks would kill him when he came back in. So there would be no point in doing that whatsoever. He would have to hard switch, and I just don't think it was worth it. So the banette's going to come out now, and it's going to go for the Shadow Sneak. And there's really nothing I can do about it at all. Do I have any immunities to Shadow Sneak? No, I do not. No normal types. Ah, man. No normal types. And the Prankster Will-O-Wisp is going to be a thing that I don't want to deal with. It is definitely going to be a thing I don't want to deal with, but I do have Jolteon that can Shadow Ball it. I don't think Shadow Sneak is a one-shot on a Jolteon. So we can Shadow Ball it, and he really doesn't have any switch-ins. I don't think he has any normal types either. So that has possibilities. Possibilities, my friends. So in the off chance that he wants to not go for a Shadow Sneak, which I don't see that happening at all, we're going to go for the Lava Plume. Try to get some damage on this thing and just ensure that any other hit will take it out. I mean, Banette, even when it Mega Evolves, it really doesn't have a lot in terms of bulk. You can usually take it out in a few hits, even if they're not super effective, so that is a thing. There's the Shadow Sneak, and that is more than enough to take out Torkoal. I know Torkoal is so bulky on the physical side, but Mega Banette has a ridiculous attack stat. It is just, what is it? Is it like 140, 150? I feel like 150 is kind of high. It may actually be higher than that. I don't know. It is pretty high. I do know that much. So we're going to go into our Jolteon. We cannot Volt Switch as long as that Lantern is around due to the Volt Absorb. We don't want to be stuck in here, locked into an Electric type move on a Volt Absorb Pokemon, because then he just gets all the momentum. We don't like that. We don't want our opponent to have all the momentum. Why can I not talk? I can't say the word momentum. 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 So we're going for the Shadow Ball here, and we'll see what my opponent wants to do. We shall see. We're about 10 minutes into this battle, and we are deadlocked 5-5. And so yeah, he's going to withdraw, predicting a Shadow Ball. What is he going to go into? The Glen Coco, which is the Lantern, actually predicting an Electric type move, not the Shadow Ball. So that is precisely why we could not go for the Volt Switch and or T-Bolt, and we actually get the special D-Drop, which is important. 20% chance, so that was a little bit unfortunate. He really needed that to not happen, because I don't think he can one-shot with the Scald. So, switching out here, I don't think it's the best bet either. I think we need to take advantage of the fact that we do have some momentum here, and we should take advantage of that by going for the Shadow Ball. I don't think this is going to kill, but we're going to severely weaken this thing. Yeah, one more hit will be enough to take it out, so he may just switch here. He may just switch. There's the Scald, no burn, and it does not even do 50%. It does about 35 to 40%. And we are good to go for another Shadow Ball here. This has to be like a specially defensive Lantern, judging by how much Shadow Ball did. I mean, I'm Specs. He is going to withdraw. He does not want to give up this Lantern just yet, as long as this Jolteon is alive. He's going to go into his Voltaire, which is going to be his Electros. He's going to take some Rocks damage, which is great, but he could very possibly be the Assault... No, he's not Assault Vest. That is not Assault Vest by any means. Now, it's a little bit close for comfort. I think Shadow Ball will be enough to take it out, but if I get min damage, it will survive, and it should be able to take us out with a Flamethrower or Giga Drain and just get some health back, and that will just not be fun. I'm not looking forward to that, but I don't see much of an option. We need to try to get rid of these Electric types because Scyther does not like them, and Milotic does not like them. So they kind of just... They're kind of bad news. They're bad news bears, or bad news ears. Eels. Bad news eels? Is that a thing? Bad news eels? No, it's not a thing. Let's go for the Shadow Ball. I don't know what I'm talking about. He's going to stay in here because he doesn't have much of a choice. He has to try to survive this, but Voltaire does not survive because thankfully we did not get min damage. I was going to rage if I got min damage, not going to lie. Not going to lie. That would have made this game a lot more interesting though, that's for sure. In comes the Banette. And he's going to try to Shadow Sneak me, and to be perfectly honest, that might just kill from this range, because Jolteon really doesn't need that much prior damage to be revenge killed by anything. It really doesn't. It really does not whatsoever. And I don't have a lot of Pokemon that don't mind getting hit by Yeah, this is just not good. If I go into Scyther, I'm going to get Will-O-Wisp. And I really need that to not happen. So if Jolteon goes down here, I have to go into Milotic. I really don't have an option. Really don't have an option. He will burn my Riolu, he will burn my Scyther, and Shadow Sneak my Reuniclus to death. So this banette is a problem. This banette is a huge problem. We need to get rid of it. He knows we're locked into Shadow Ball, but he's going to try to Shadow Sneak me. And we will see. Unless he tries to predict a switch right here. And he predicts me to... Oh no, he goes for the Sucker Punch. Oh, is that going to kill? It does kill. Oh, man, that's not good. That is not good. I was really hoping that Jolteon would survive that because it's not stab, but it's base 80 power coming off a huge attack stat, and Jolteon is super frail, so there's really not much we could do. I guess I could have switched out. I could have switched out. But judging by the fact that he went for the Sucker Punch, maybe he doesn't have the Shadow Sneak. Huh. That is possible. That is very possible, but I can't be making any assumptions right now. What we need to do is go into our Milotic and try to get some damage off on this thing. Now, I don't know... Huh. This thing may still try to Will-O-Wisp me. This thing is a huge problem. Huge problem. Let's go for a Scald. I could go for the Dragon Tail, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, there's the Sucker Punch, so I'm thinking he doesn't have the Shadow Sneak. That doesn't do nearly as much as I thought it was going to. Scald does absolutely nothing. And we do not get the burn, which would have really helped. It would have really helped a lot. Now, part of me wants to Toxic and then start recovering. And I know Toxic stalling, that's not really what I want to do, but just some residual damage would be nice. I want to be at as high an HP as possible because he's still got the Lantern left, which he can come in and T-Bolt me. And I know I'm fully specially defensive, so I should be able to take one because Lantern does not have impressive offensive stats at all. But I don't want to just have to sack Milotic for no reason. So let's go for the Toxic. Let's go for the Toxic. He's going to go for the Destiny Bond. Okay, so that is perfect because we're not going to have to take any damage this turn, and I didn't go for an attacking type move anyway. So that Prankster Destiny Bond is a huge thing. I don't think Scald would have taken him out anyway, even if we went for it. I think he would have survived with maybe 5 to 10% remaining. The burn could have taken him out, and if the burn takes him out, I'm not sure if I actually go down to that, if that's considered me taking him out, and that I get taken down with him. I don't know. I have no idea. So, at this point, I don't know that Recover is really going to make a whole lot of sense. Part of me wants to Dragon Tail now, in the off chance that he switches, or not the off chance, but it's very possible that he switches here. No, let's go for a Recover. I want to scout to see what he wants to do. No, he's going to withdraw, so Dragon Tail was the better play, not Recover. My gut said Dragon Tail, and I went against it because I'm silly. Because I'm silly. So this Lantern here is almost donezo. I don't know that it can come in on rocks again. Maybe it can one more time. But I can't touch this thing other than Dragon Tailing it. There's nothing that I can do, so we're going to Dragon Tail. That's just all there is to it. Dragon Tail, if that doesn't take it out, then the rocks damage coming back in definitely will, but we do have to take a T-Bolt first. That's going to hurt. That doesn't even do 50%. Oh my goodness, okay. Okay, I underestimated the bulk of Milotic. So the Lantern actually survives, which is unfortunate. Which is really unfortunate. The Tangrowth is coming in. And it's shiny, and it is so green. There's so much greenness going on in this Tangrowth that it's not even funny. She's going to show the lefties there. So that is another thing to take note of. Now, we could Dragon Tail again, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. Toxicking this thing might help later. I'm not sure. Giga Drain is most likely coming our way. Well, not necessarily. He could pull a Sleep Powder. He could pull... Let's see, what else? Leech Seed. These are all possibilities. These are all possibilities, and I don't really have any special attackers that can handle this thing. We kind of needed Torkoal for that. I wish I remembered that. Alright, I think I'm actually going to Recover to get back up to full health first. He's going to withdraw. So he's baiting a switch. I'm not sure into what, but he's going to sacrifice his Lantern here to try to get some kind of switch initiative, but I didn't go for any switches. No switches are happening this turn, so we're just gonna get back up to full health for free, and that puts us in a really good position, honestly. The Abomasnow is gonna come out now, and he's gonna take about 25% due to the things that we're looking at right now, the rocks. I think it would be really cool if in a future generation, because I don't think they're doing this for Ruby and Sapphire coming up, but they like actually showed the entry hazards on the field. That'd be pretty cool. Like if you could actually see rocks like floating around, or I'm not sure how like they're supposed to be represented, but I don't know, just an idea. Just an idea, Game Freak. Let's go for a Dragon Tail. Wood Hammer, that's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt like a... Oh my goodness, that brings us down to 2 HP. And with the Dragon Tail... Oh, he avoids the attack. Okay, he avoids the attack. Awesome, and we're gonna go down to the hail. Fantastic. That is not what I wanted to see. That is not what I wanted to see at all. So we have at least seen that this is a physical Abomasnow, unless it's mixed, which I guess is also possible. Now with the hail, my real loot can't come in because my focus sash would be broken. And that would just be a bad time. That would be a really, really bad time. I can go into Scyther and Aerial Ace all of the things. Can Aerial Ace all of the things. And pretty much everything on his team would take a lot of damage from that. He's got the Abomasnow. He's got Lantern, was just sacked. The Tangrowth, I mean, it would take that a little bit better than Abomasnow because of his gargantuan physically defensive stats. But it's still super effective. So yeah, we're going into Scyther here. Winfrey the Scyther. I could go into Reuniclus. I am running a bold nature and all of that jazz, but it's really not going to do me any good because a Woodhammer I think would still just take us out. To be perfectly clear here. So let's go for the Aerial Ace. And he's going to have to sack something. No, he's going to stay in and sack this Abomasnow. He's going to keep the hail up for a few more turns, depending on what his item is. If he has the Icy Rock, that would be really just big poop. Did he show an item? I'm trying to think. I don't think we saw lefties. I don't think. So it could be anything. It could be anything for all I know. That could have been banded damage. I don't know. I don't know. The Tangrowth is coming out, who may try to Leech Seed or put us to sleep, or I don't know what this thing would have for us. HP Fire, maybe? HP Fire could be a thing, but I'm pretty sure I can just Swords Dance. If he wants to Leech Seed, that's fine. That is perfectly fine. And at the very least, we might stall out some hail turns here, which would be fantastic. So, yeah, let's go for the Aerial Ace. Not Aerial Ace, let's go for the Swords Dance. We are going to go first because Tangrowth is slow. Slow as balls, as a matter of fact. Look at him dancing. He's just dancing around. And, oh, the Ancient Power. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, I was not expecting that at all. I was not expecting that at all. He's going to show the lefties. So that is a thing. Ancient Power Tangrowth. Well, we can't take another one of those. If I Roost, I should be able to get more HP back than he does. I think. Let's go for the Roost here. Because we're going to lose our flying typing, so it's not going to be 4 times super effective. It'll just be 2 times super effective. So we'll see how much it does. I really don't want him to get the boost, though. That is the other thing. He's going to go for the Ancient Power again. And I think no matter what, we need to attack next turn. I'm thinking that. Still no boost, so that is fantastic for us. So that Roost was kind of pointless, I guess. I guess it was kind of pointless. I thought it would do less damage than that, but... And the hail is not helping. The residual damage from the hail is really not helping. So, what do I have that's left on my team that would want to take something like that? I guess Reuniclus can come in and do some things. I guess. Really don't want to lose this Scyther. I really, really, really do not want to lose this Scyther at all. Let's go for the Aerial Ace. I don't think it's going to kill because Tangrowth is so bulky. but we have the technician behind us. Oh, it does kill. Is that a crit? It's not a crit. Are you kidding me? Tan growth goes down in one hit to a physical move? I don't even know what to say. Wow, okay, Scyther, you are too powerful. Winfrey, you need to calm down right now. You need to calm down, my friend. The banette is here, and the will-o-wisp is pretty obvious, so I'm gonna go into the... whatchamacallit, the Reuniclus, just in case, because I have the magic guard, so I don't need to worry about a thing. No, he has the shadow sneak. Okay, maybe he predicted that, or that's just what he wanted to go for. That does a butt ton of damage. He's gonna take toxic damage. So it looks like this is going to be a 2-0 unless something weird happens. But I don't think he has enough turns left. I think he only has one turn left after this one that's coming up. So, and he's got 3 Pokemon to defeat, so I don't see that happening. I'm gonna go for the recover, but a Shadow Sneak is probably coming. Yeah, there's the Shadow Sneak. That'll be super effective. That'll take out poor little Plasma. Yep, down he goes. He didn't really do that much in this battle at all. Didn't get a chance. All he did was come in and recover. But we are able to get another turn of toxic damage, and he's got 1 turn left, and we should be in a good position. We should be in a good position, and actually, I'm going to be a little bit of a poop kind of person. I'm going to go into Macy, the Riolu, and we're going to go for a copycat. Sorry, we're going for a copycat Shadow Sneak, because why not? We're going to kill this banette with his own move. Because, I don't know, why not? I just felt like it. I wanted to use this Riolu so badly, and I was hoping my opponent was not going to bring any ghost types. The premier ghost types in RU are Cofagrigus and this Mega Banette. So, I mean, they're fairly popular in RU, so I figured, you know what? There's probably going to be one, but maybe I can take it out early. But, of course, the ghost type Pokemon stays around until the final turn of the battle. I do have Crunch for that very reason, but I just did not have an opportunity to go into Riolu and do anything. So I'll bring him again in another battle. I'm going to have another RU battle right after this. So that was a fun battle, and Jerp. It was a lot of fun, just like all of our battles are. I hope you all enjoyed this battle, despite my commentary being a little bit weird and my throat just kind of like acting up and stuff. Hopefully that clears up for the next recording. But if you have not done so already, please show some support to the channel and the series. Remember, by leaving a rating below. Doesn't matter if it's a like or a dislike, and just, you know, go into the comment section below. Tell me how I can improve. Tell me what you like, what you don't like, that kind of thing. And that's it for this time. So I will see you all for the next battle. But until then, game on.